lovelies, today I'm going to be showing you my fresh summer makeup look, which I've been reaching to time and time again. It's just effortless and I really like it. So first up, I'm going to be starting off with my MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage. Now I generally like to put a little blob of this, dot it all over my face, generally to prime the skin, even it all out, and also just to create a base for my foundation. So next up, I'm going to be using two of my favourite foundations. I have got the Pro Longwear in NC30 from MAC, and I've also got the Studio Fix in NC15. I'm also going to be using my Zoeva Silk Finish brush. Now I like to mix these two together, and I just like the general colour that it creates. I'm going to be rubbing this in all over my face using the Silk Finish brush. This brush just gives it a really nice finish, and I tend to reach for it all the time. So as you can see, I'm just rubbing it in all over, generally targeting the areas that really need it the most, just to create a little bit more of an even skin tone balance. And I really like these two foundations mixed together. So next up, I'm going to be using my Healthy Mix Correcting Concealer. Now this is the Radiance and Anti-Fatigue one, and this is the medium coverage. Now I really like the feel of this concealer so much, it's just so lightweight. I'm also going to be using my Zoeva Face Shape brush. You can use this brush to contour, but I do like to use it for my concealer as well. As you can see, I'm just reaching for the T-zone areas, particularly focusing on the areas underneath the eyes, underneath my nose, on my chin, and just above my brows. Next up, I'm going to be reaching for my Collection 2000 Lasting Concealer in the colour Fair. Now I'm just using this to highlight any of those areas once again underneath my eyes, on my forehead, down my nose, and just above my lip, and also on my chin. I'm then going to be taking my Face Shape brush once again and just blending all of that in. Next up, I'm going to be taking my Rimmel London Stay Matte Long Lasting Press Powder in the colour Transparent, and then I'm also going to be taking my Real Techniques Bold Collection Powder Brush. Now I really like this powder, it's not too full on or cakey. I like to just give a nice light coverage all over the face, and this brush is just awesome. It gives great coverage all over, it's nice and soft, and I just really like the overall look and feel. Next up, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Brow Drama Wand in the colour Medium Brown. Now I do like to do this before as well as after, once I fill in all my brows, but I just like to create a little bit more of a shape and just move them into a place and set them before I fill them in. Next up, I'm going to be taking my Zoeva Wing Liner Brush, and I'm also going to be using the Soap & Glory DIY Brow Bar Palette, and I'm going to be using the colour Blonde from here. And slowly I'm going to start to shape my brows using the brush. I'm going to go along the edges, and then I will slowly start to fill them out with the colour. Now once I've filled in both my brows and I'm happy with how they're looking, I'm also going to just finish it off with a brow pencil. Now this one's by Rimmel London and it is their hazel colour in 002. I'm just going to use this just to define them just a little bit more around the outsides and to just fill them in that little bit more. Now next up I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Dreams On bronzing powder and I'm going to be using the Zoeva brush, the Luxe Sheer Cheek brush. Now I'm just going to be taking a little bit of this in the colour Bronze Tropics and I'm just going to apply it across my cheekbones, under them and around the tops of my temples and my forehead. Next up I'm going to be reaching back to the same palette, but this time I'm going to go for the blush and I'm also going to be using my Real Techniques Bold Blush Brush. I'm just going to get a little bit of blush onto the brush, blush onto the brush, and then I'm going to apply this over the apples of my cheeks. Next up I'm going to be reaching for my NYX Illuminator in the colour Enigmatic, and I'm also going to be using one of my Real Techniques blush brushes yet again, and I'm just going to be using this to fluff on a little bit of highlight. Next up I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Now this stuff is just the absolute nuts, I love it. I apply it to my eyelids and then using my fingertip just like to blend it all out. This stuff just makes sure your eyeshadow does not budge. Next up I'm going to be taking my Maybelline the Nudes palette and I'm also going to be taking my Luxe Petite Crease Zoeva brush. And using this beautiful beigey colour, using the crease brush, I'm just going to apply it to my eyelids. Next up I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Paris Gold Mania Lumiere eyeshadow, and then I'm also going to be taking my Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer brush and I'm just going to use this to apply it over the rest of my eyelids. Oh, I love this little beauty. This is my blender brush from the Real Techniques Bold collection and I'm just going to use this to smooth out between both eyeshadows and just generally blend it in. What a beauty. Next up I'm taking my NYX Full Figured Lush Lashes Mascara. I really like the brush on this thing, it really does separate my lashes really well. I've decided to opt out for an eyeliner for this look and just go straight for the mascara. Now I like to apply 2 coats of this, either side, on the top lashes and the bottom. And it really does just open up my lashes to give it this lovely open-eyed effect. And last but not least, to finish up my look, I'm going to be taking 2 of my favourite lipsticks. The first one is from Natural Collection. Now this is in the colour Rose Petal. These are so cheap, they're $1.99 per lipstick. and I'm going to use that as a base. The second lipstick I'm going to be going for is from Topshop, and it's in the colour Whimsical. I just love how beautiful this shade is. It's a lovely corally peach colour, and I've used it just to complete my look. So there you go, that's my final look, my fresh summer look for this season. I've really been enjoying it. Let me know of any products or colours or anything, or any particular look that you've been reaching for this summer. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, come and subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll see you all next time with my next video. See you later, beauties!